8th grade students. Hi! Today, we are going to learn about past continuous passive voice. At the end of this lesson, you should identify the past continuous passive voice structure, and you should learn how to change the sentences into the past continuous passive voice. Now you learned about the passive voice for other verb tenses. Today we will learn about the past continuous. How can we change sentences with past continuous verb into the passive voice? Let's start by looking at these three examples. Sami and Ali were studying when I called. Were they studying when I called? They were not studying when I called. As you know, in the past continuous active, the structure is. In statements like Sami and Ali were studying, we have subject, was or were. It depends on the subject. If it's singular, you should use was. If it's plural, you need to use were. And after was or were, we add ing to the verb. Was or were plus verb with ing plus the object. If we have questions, the structure is was or were, like were they studying, plus subject, plus the verb with ing plus object if we have an object. In the negative form, always remember to add not after the verb to be. After was or were, we add not, then we continue. Verb with ing. Now let's study the following steps. Let's learn how we can change an active sentence with past continuous into a passive sentence with the past continuous verb. The first step is to identify the object of a sentence. The cat was chasing the rat. The cat is the subject. Was chasing is the past continuous verb. And the rat, it is the object. What was the cat chasing? The cat was chasing the rat. So the first step that you need to do is to underline or identify the object of the sentence. After that, we start the new sentence with a capital letter, the rat, with the object. And then we move the object to the beginning of the passive sentence. Third step is to identify the verb. In this sentence, the verb is was chasing. And also you have to pay attention to the tense of the verb. Here we have the past continuous active verb. After we identify the verb, we should use the appropriate be verb. In this case, we are only allowed to use either was or were. It depends on what. How can I choose whether to use was or were? It depends on the object that comes first. If the object is singular, use was. If the object is plural, then you need to use were. And then you should put being plus the past participle of the verb, or what we say the verb 3. Okay, so it becomes the rat was being, and the verb 3 from the verb chase is chased. The fourth step is to place by plus the agent at the end of the passive sentence. What is an agent? The agent is the subject in the original sentence. The cat is the subject of the original active sentence. If you want to add it, you should add it at the end of the sentence, but you need to use by before it. The rat was being chased by the cat. Now, maybe you are asking yourself, should I always add the agent at the end of the sentence? The answer is, you can delete the agent if it is not important. For example, if it's a pronoun, like by them, by me, it is not important. So you decide if the agent is important, add it, but use by before it. If it's not important, you can simply drop it. Now let's compare the following. We have a question with the past continuous tense. The active form of the question was or were plus subject plus the verb with ing and then the object. Were the children drawing the picture? Okay, how can I change it into the passive voice? It's very easy. Just follow this structure. You should put was or were at the beginning, and then the object of the original sentence, the active sentence, plus being, plus the past participle of the verb, and then by and the agent. Let's change this sentence into the passive voice. Were the children drawing the picture? First of all, we put the verb to be. Was the picture. This is the object, the picture. Was the picture being drawn? The verb 3 or the past participle. By the children. This is how we change questions, yes, no questions, into the passive voice. Now, I want you to exercise and try to work on the following sentences and change them from the active structure to the passive structure. Notice that you may have questions or negative sentences. Let's start reading the sentences. 1. My mom was making biscuits. 2. Many engineers were designing the new tower in the country. 3. Were the men fixing the roof? It's a question. 4. It's another question. Was the doctor examining the patients? And the last example, Sammy was not doing his assignments. Let's do them together. Biscuits were being made by my mom. Notice we put were because we have biscuits, plural. The new tower in the country was being designed by many engineers. The question, was the roof being fixed by the men? 4. Were the patients being checked by the doctors? And the last one, the assignments were not being done by Sammy. Here notice, when you have not in the active sentence, simply you put it after the verb to be in the passive sentence, after was or were not being done by Sammy. Now it's your own turn to write your sentences using verbs in the past passive structure. I hope that you have learned about how to change the sentences into the past continuous passive voice and that you have enjoyed learning it. Thank you for watching. أعزائي الطلبة، إن رغبتم بمشاهدة هذا الفيديو التعليمي لمرات عديدة يمكنكم الدخول إليه بواسطة الرابط أو الكود في أسفل هذه الشاشة. شكراً لمشاهدتكم.